Okay, so I want to start off my speech today with actually a question. What other sport do you guys know of that can shut down 4 countries in the same day? Well, that's exactly what happened in 2006 during the World Cup, when Italy, Germany, France, and Portugal all played in the semifinals of the World Cup. This wasn't even a championship match. It was actually only a semifinal, but still, each of these countries considered it a holiday in their own countries. Soccer is the only sport that I know of that can have the same impact as it did in 2006 in many other countries throughout the world. At a young age, I was able to experience the impact soccer can have on one's lives for myself. First off, playing on a soccer team, like many other sports, instills in people great teamwork and commitment. Secondly, unlike other sports, soccer has allowed me to communicate with others that I previously would never talk to before. They came from different places and backgrounds. Finally, soccer has been able to keep me connected with my Portuguese heritage through a sport that is a huge part of that country's culture. Not only is soccer a fun sport to play for me, but it's also a culture and a lifestyle shared by many others worldwide. Throughout my life, most of my friends, and certainly my best friends, were at one point my teammates. Making the transition from having soccer as just a hobby to being more committed and playing for my high school team and my club team just instilled in me a greater commitment to the sport. Practicing and playing with the same group of players for almost every day of the week built a strong team spirit between us all. To be a part of this long-term investment was well worth it with every victory we had and trophy we won. We were on the same team for about all 4 years of high school, and throughout that experience we actually won the district championship and the metro championship in the same year. So it was a great experience. So from that experience I took the belief that through commitment and hard work it all really does pay off. Probably the most valuable tool soccer has given me is using it as a means of communication. I can talk about the latest transfer gossip or the match just went on yesterday or players' injuries with someone that I just met. Moreover, I can have a conversation with someone that barely speaks any English by just naming off players' names. I can just start, Ronaldinho, oh yeah, he's awesome, or something like that. And you know, the guy doesn't even have to speak English. We could just name off names, and we could have a 20-minute conversation just like that. Through soccer, I've been able to create friendships with others that I otherwise would have had nothing else in common with. Living here in Orlando, where people from all over come to visit and live, soccer can be used as a common knowledge that we all can use, and foreigners, especially foreigners, are most likely to have. Although previous contributions to soccer had made my character, they're very important in my current character, the ability for soccer to keep me connected with my family history is probably the greatest that the sport has given me. I'm half Portuguese, and although it's very unique, that part of my heritage, it's very hard to keep in touch with here in Florida. There's not a lot of Portuguese people around here. However, soccer, which is a huge part of the Portuguese culture, has been a way to recognize that part of my history. Just to give you an example of how important soccer is in that country, it's said that Portugal consists of 3 F's. First is fado, which is local traditional music they have in Portugal. The second is Fatima, which is the religious capital of the country. And the third is football, which means soccer in English. And that's basically a second religion in that country. So overall, soccer has had a great place in my personal culture as a learning tool, growing up, as a way to communicate with others that I would otherwise have no relationship or anything else to talk about, and finally as a reminder of where I came from, my country's origins. And then just how it pertains to everybody else, soccer can be used as it becomes more popular in the U.S. I know maybe you've heard of the MLS, it's the Major League Soccer in the U.S. It's becoming more popular here. So we can use it as a tool which is globally recognized to create relationships with others that we previously would have had nothing else in common with. So that's about it. Thank you guys.